guys, this is Grace and welcome to my channel. We are on double page layout number 4 in my double page layout mini series, and so I'm sharing with you all of the pictures that I'm going to be using. They're all going to be 3x4 photos, and then my 3 papers. So 2 of them are from the My Girl collection. It's a fairly old one from My Mind's Eye, I believe, and then a paper from Recollections, and then my 2 cardstock bases, which are white, and then a Scrapbook Generation sketch. I also pulled out 4x6 pocket scrapbooking cards because the sketch called for a space with a large title. So I figured instead of making my large title with stickers, I'm going to try to use a 4x6 pocket card because I have a lot of them and they do create large titles. So that is my plan. And I pulled out 4 of them just to see which one will be the best. Okay, so now I'm going to be laying out my photos first. I want to see where they are before I start, or where they're going to be placed on my page before I commit to cutting some papers. And I'm gonna see, okay, I know I need a large title, and so let me see which one would look best. I love that camera, but the title on there just wasn't as big as I was hoping it to be. And then there is this kind of block from one of the papers that says "Let's Ride," which actually fit perfectly with these photos because these are photos from the Elitch garden trip that we took. Yes, I've already scrapbooked that, just the page before this, but these are pictures that I wanted to document how specifically for my youngest son. So our youngest son is there is 9 years difference between my second and my third one. And so my 2 older kids are, they're old enough that they can go and do the scarier rides. And so my husband and I kind of split, where I was going with my youngest one to the kiddie rides and he was going with the older kids. And so I have a ton of pictures of my youngest son doing all the kiddie rides. And so I wanted to kind of create his own scrapbook layout with just the pictures of him playing in the kiddie rides. And so that's why there's 2 pages for the same event. I'm sure I'm not the only one that does that. Tell me I'm not the only one that creates more than 1 page for one single activity. If you are, let me know in the comment section below, because sometimes I feel guilty that I do that, but let me know. I hope I'm not the only one. Anyways, this sketch called for strips of pattern paper in the center, and I thought that that would work perfectly if I wanted to maximize or use up a bunch of the pattern papers that I pulled out for this kit. And so that's what I'm doing here. Now, right now, I'm still committed to using that "Let's Ride" block as my title, but later on I'm going to change my mind. And so this layout, I believe the sketch called for, I just want to say like 4 or 5 5 photos, but as you can see I have more than the photos that's suggested for the sketch, and therefore you don't really see the pattern papers in the back. And that's one of the things why I like to lay my photos first, because sometimes you put all that effort into putting a paper, well, it's going to be covered up anyways. However, I wanted to try to sketch, and I love that I used the sketch, but again, covered up a lot of the papers. But it's totally fine. It's just papers, right, ladies? Or right, guys? Maybe there's guys that watch my video. Who knows? Anyways, so I figured that I was looking at it, getting it all set up, and I didn't like that the border was just on the top. And so I'm deviating from the sketch and creating my own border on the bottom as well to even it all out, because my eyes are telling me that it's just not right. So I gotta change it. Now I decided that because there's a pattern paper in the background, although my photos are all very colorful, it just wasn't standing out. So I will mat all my photos with white cardstock. You won't see me do that here, but that's what I will be doing off camera. Now you can see I've totally changed what my title would be, and I picked that today was totally, and then I'm going to fill in the blank and with the word awesome. These letter stickers I believe are from Basic Gray, and they're just the perfect size to fit in that little spot. I did audition a few of my smaller letter stickers to see which one will work, and this one fits the bill. I did trim that up. That was a full 4x6, and I trimmed it to, I want to say maybe 4x4, maybe 4x4.5, because there was a lot of empty space on the top of that that I didn't really need. Now these stickers are really tiny, and I just didn't feel like the adhesive will be enough for it to last a long time on there. So I will sew that word awesome in there later on with just some machine stitching. Now I still like that word let's ride, but because I don't have a lot of room to add the bike, and I just think that the bike didn't really work out with the theme that I have here, so I just cut up the word strip, and I'm going to cut that into a banner shape and then adhere that to the left side of the page. So by this time I've already matted all my photos and adhered them. I did also add my journaling block on the bottom left side. Now here I am going to use these arrows, or these triangles I should say, and I'm going to use them all up here. Again, using up my stash, and I'm able to use up a bunch on my layouts. I have not adhered that title block because, again, like I said earlier, I wanted to sew the awesome word on there, which I will do really soon. But first, I wanted to see where all my triangles are going to go. And I kind of like them all. Like, I don't want the same colors all together. And so I moved the things around to make sure that there's like the darker blue on one side and then a lighter blue on another area. Okay, so there was some hashtag markings that's left over from that pack, and I'm like, okay, I'm just going to use it all up because there's no sense in me putting that back in my stash, and they're going to go on this block. After I've sewn that word awesome, I'm going to type, I'm going to adhere that to the page. So basically, a lot of these double page layouts are pretty flat as far as dimension is concerned, but it's still pretty full and colorful. And so I think that's going to do it. I am going to show you what's left over. Not a whole lot of the papers, but that just makes me happy because that's less amount of paper that will go in my scrap stash. So that's it for me today. I will catch you for my last layout soon. Bye.